Welcome to the Rustic Garden. Today I want to talk to you about planting seeds and growing plants in your fall greenhouse. This is my third video in a series of 6 about fall gardening in a greenhouse. I'm in Maryland Zone 7. I've brought in a lot of pepper plants and tomato plants. I'll show you those in a minute. But I want to show you some of the ways that I'm planting seeds. This greenhouse is going to be really for salads and other greens. So my goal is that I can pull a salad out of here every day come the beginning of November. Let me show you what I'm doing. Here's a flower box. This has spinach in it that's been growing for about 2 weeks. It's spaced out, and the goal for this box is to give the spinach enough room so that I get large leaf spinach here. A lot of times I plant things to get smaller leaves or baby lettuces or baby greens, but this box has been set up 4 inches apart, a nice depth. This will be fed with organic fertilizer, so I should get nice big green spinach leaves out of here. Down here I just started planting some more greens and peas, and let me just show you what I'm doing. I have other videos that show you how to set these seed cells up, how to set up the soil, if you want to check those out. These are beets. I'm going to grow these just for the greens. Put in 2 or 3 seeds. You just press them down 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, sink them down there, and I'll come back and I'll put some soil on top of here and water them in. This will give me beet greens. These will get transplanted into different containers. Back here are peas. Peas are great in salads, and I think they'll do really well with the cooler temperatures at night in a greenhouse. All I do with this is I push the seeds down about 1/2 inch, and I'll come back and I'll fill that in. And you want to put in 2 seeds. You don't want to be waiting around for 1 seed to germinate. You can always thin them, but put 2 seeds in. And when you do peas, this is a recycled 6 cell from perennial flowers. Go ahead and use something with more soil. With peas you can definitely do transplants, but you want to give them enough soil so that you really don't disturb the roots when you take them out. Over here some lettuce. This is red lettuce. 2 or 3 seeds in there. Press it down about 1/4 inch. Cover it over. Press it in. Water it in. Back here is cilantro. A lot of seeds in there. This is older seed. Cilantro seed dries out very quickly. I don't want to wait around for this to germinate, and it doesn't. You can easily divide cilantro. So just mix this down about 1/2 inch. Drop some soil, or press the soil down. Then I'll come back and drop some soil over that. This is a great way to get a lot of greens growing that you can transplant throughout your greenhouse. Down here I also have oregano, which I cut back hard and I brought in from outside, so I'll have oregano in my garden too. These are onions that are in row box that I just purchased. The row boxes cost you $4 to $6. And these were onions that just didn't fully mature. I didn't use out of my regular garden, but I brought them in here, pressed them in, watered them, and you can see that the greens are coming up, and this will be great cut up in salads too. When these get about 4 to 6 inches tall, I'll add some more soil. Over here is my garlic, and this garlic also came out of my garden. I went to where I had bulbs that I didn't pull out, and they began to shoot up again because it is October, and all I did for that was dig out the bulbs, put in holes a little deeper than 1/2 inch, drop it in, press the soil around it. You could also put in garlic cloves. They don't need to have the greens on them. I just happen to have it, so it's a nice little jump start. But you can put garlic cloves in here. It probably won't grow full heads come next spring, but again you'll get lots of greens that you can use. Over here are containers that I bought at a thrift store. They only cost me $1. So you can save a lot of money by going to thrift stores and repurposing containers. This is a corn salad. This is cress. They haven't germinated yet. I planted them a couple days ago. And these are bunching onions, and you can see that they're starting to come up. Again, the purpose of my greenhouse is so that I can have a salad every day starting in November. Now over here I started some seeds in recycled flower pots, styrofoam cups. This is spinach, red leaf lettuce. Over here is kale. This kale, believe it or not, was planted in cups last May, and it just sat around in a foil container like this. I never got it into the garden. I had more than I needed, but it didn't die. And I know that kale likes the cool weather, so it went right into a container. This will grow sort of baby greens for me, and I'll take the kale leaves off of there. So that's the general idea of how I'm planting for my greenhouse. Let me also just show you what I brought in. I brought in pepper plants that are starting to come back. The other video showed you how to spray for disease, but you can see some nice peppers growing in there. This is a Matt's Wild Cherry that I don't know if you look at the other videos, it was pretty small, but it's doing great in here. No disease, no leaf spot. It's growing really, really nicely. It's flowering. It does have even some real tiny currant tomatoes on there. Again, another pepper plant. So let me step out. So this is what I'm going to try and grow in a garden, or I'm sorry, grow in a greenhouse at least through December. I may add in a space heater, maybe try and keep it going. Next video is going to show you how to feed and water these plants. That will be the fourth one. I hope you enjoyed it. Please check out my blog at www.therustedgarden.blogspot.com and also check out my YouTube videos. Thanks.